Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we've got a brew built around two new cards, the Colossal Rattlewurm and the Stingerback Terror, both big beefy red-green creatures that pair really nicely with Fight Rigging and with Voldaren Thrillseeker. So let's go over it. The Stingerback Terror is a 4-mana 7/7 flying and trample, and it gets -1 for each card in your hand and has plot for 3. And the Colossal Rattlewurm is a 4-mana 6/5 flash as long as you control a desert, trample, and then an ability of 2 mana to exile it from your graveyard, search your library for a desert, and put it into play. So both of these cards have pretty high power, and so I thought, why not pair them with Fight Rigging and just kind of go with a red-green Fight Rigging deck? Usually it's sort of a green-black deck. But we also, if we go with red, we get Anzrag, which is a 4-mana 8/4 mole. And then if it becomes blocked, you untap it, and there's an additional combat phase. So kind of unblockable 8/4 huge mole. That also turns on Fight Rigging. And then you also, of course, get the Pugnacious Hammerskull, which is a 3-mana 6/6. And the Voldaren Thrillseeker, which puts 2+1/+1 counters on something when it comes into play, and then you can sacrifice it and fling it equal to its power to any target. So a pretty good finisher in this deck. The other cards that it's built around, well, we've got a 1-mana the Goldhound. Now, I was trying out Goldhound and seeing if it would be any good in this build, because there's a few things you can do with it. You can plot Stingerback Terror on turn 2 with it. If you go turn 1 Goldhound, turn 2 plot Stingerback, or turn 2 you could play a Hammerskull or a Fight Rigging on turn 2, and then turn 3 play the Hammerskull. So I thought that was kind of exciting to be able to get a Fight Rigging off on turn 3 if you had Goldhound on 1. So just sort of like a Mox kind of effect, just sacrifice it for the mana. It's also 1/1 first strike menace. You can put counters on it. It can be relevant in some situations. And then we also got Ruby, which is a 2-mana 1/2 haste. And so basically a mana dork that can add an extra mana to accelerate us into any of these 4 drops on turn 3, which is really nice. But then it also works well with all the big power creatures, because it says when it attacks and you have a creature with power 4 or greater, it gets +2/+2 until end of turn. So a 2-mana 3/4 is a really good deal. Later in the game, if you're not using it for mana, you can just attack with it. We also got Glimpse the Core, just a little mana acceleration, again trying to go from 2 mana up to 4 mana here, or 1 mana to 3 mana, trying to accelerate. And then Brotherhood End, just because there's so many like token decks there, and everything in our deck can survive, or most things in the deck I should say can survive the Brotherhood's End. Even Ruby, when you attack with it, pumps its toughness. But if you have some of these guys out and the opponent has some of the lesser toughness guys, you can Brotherhood hand them away. Stops quick starts from mono red or the token deck, the red-white token deck. And then lastly, we've got one of the Skullspore Nexus, which costs X less for the greatest power among creatures you control. So this with all these 6 power creatures here, it only costs 2. And then the Molten Monstrosity, kind of trying this guy out, costs less, where X is the greatest power among creatures you control. So again, if you have like a Anzrag out, it costs 1 mana for a 5/5 trample, pretty nice deal, or just 2 mana for a 5/5 trample. And that's basically the deck. We have a couple deserts in here, the Conduit Pylons and one of the Ping Desert here, because the Rattlewurm can search them up if it dies or gets into the graveyard somehow. So that is why the mana base is built that way. Let's jump into some games and see if we can fling some people with giant creatures. All right, big power fling combo looks decent. We can do a turn 2 plot here. Or one of desert coming into play tapped. May screw us over a little bit here. We'll see. Go for the Goldhound. We'll see if they remove this or not, too. They may just, if they have a play with fire, shock, sure. Alright. And plot bird. Bird is the word. The ruby. Get in for 1. A little extra mana lets us cast the Rattlewurm or the Terror next turn. Let's see, go land, Terror, and we'll have 4 cards left in our hand, so it'll be a 3/3. Not great, okay. Not gonna play the bird, huh? Okay. Interesting. So, what do we want? The rattle? Worm here? The terror. We'll play out the Rattlewurm. Block as much as we can. Another plot, okay. Mono. Interesting, nothing, okay. So 4 mana, we could plot and play this. It'd be nice just to play the terror though, just so we have a blocker for the bird. Hard to say what we want to do, and this can attack for some damage if we need it to. Yeah. We'll attack for 3. We'll play out the terror here. Just so we have a blocker in the air. I can maybe trade with the bird. Yep. Sure. Okay, swings and Monster's Rage before you were blocking. Oh, it's got Menace, that's right. Couldn't block it anyways, and post-combat Swift Spear. So it still has Menace, huh? Yeah. Okay, here's a fight rigging, so let's see what this hits. Okay, we got an Anzrag, which is pretty big. And we play this out. Need to be aware that what do we want to pump up? We need some hold back a few blockers here. This is coming in. This is 2, 3, 7, so we need to hold back at least 2 guys. Block. Well, oh, there's another blocker here. So, can't block the flyer anyways. And definitely sets up lethal. Maybe just hold the ruby back, just in case. This sets up lethal for next turn. Although the ruby attack would have actually forced the jump. That's true. Well, didn't draw what they needed. Got there, close one. Alright, GG. Alright, red-green power combos. Let's keep this one. We got a Goldhound. Pretty good. We can go turn 2 plot, or we could save it to play a turn 3 Rattlewurm, then turn 4 Stinger. Okay, well in this case, I think we want to just do this because that gives us play for the next turn. We got, look at these lands. Blue, white, something. Play the land, play the terror. Plays around the counter spell. Okay. Resolve and plot. Another one. When in doubt, just keep plotting the terrors. Okay. Play the land. What does this do? Create one or more artifact tokens to create those. Create tokens. Copy of artifact token. Okay, nice. Play out the Rattlewurm. And then I don't know if they have some sort of board sweeper effect, but we'll go for it. Okay, braided net. I can tap down. Must be the kind of like a blue-white artifact. Build. Oh, that's a good draw. That will be able to tap down one of the guys. Well, we should play out. Let's see if we plot for. This taps anything, right? Yep. Sure, we'll go for the Thrillseeker. Target the terror here. Okay, I guess they've seen enough. Trying to play around a sweeper there, but did not have it. Alright, big power, fling, red, green stuff. Time. Lead on Ruby. Let's see if these Brotherhood ends do anything. Go against some other red-green. And yep, nothing yet. Okay. Maybe just get down the Anzrag, use all my mana. Big boy. See if they have an answer. If not, kind of run away with the game here. Dock, okay. Dock and plot. Nice. So, could just attack and then blow up the dock. I don't hate that. And yeah, or we could play a Hammerskull. Yeah, let's just do this. This is the play. Kinda nice. Ruby can dodge the Brotherhood's end. But they could have a big turn here. Yep. Mana. We got 5 mana now. Make a copy. Cool. Draw some cards. Get some manas. And another dock. Okay. Well, another Brotherhood end will be their end. But you have to do it before blockers. And And swing for exactly 8. Alright. GG. Alright, red green, beat down, power. This not the best hand, but we really would love a 2-drop. Oh no. They've got googly eyes. How can we win? How can we win? I don't think we can. Although Hammerskull is pretty good against mono red, so maybe that will stop the beat down. And let's see. We got some beef coming. Let's see what they can do about it. Two mana 5/5. Alright, well they got a flyer, so that will be a problem. That will be a problem. Well, could get another land and then play this. That seems fine. This doesn't have sneaky reach. Unfortunately. I think that's worth it. Worth it to do this and this. And I mean, it could attack. I think we'll just hold the ground for now. I just hope they don't have a million pump spells, and that will be it for us. But oh gosh, 2 flyers. I don't think we have anything that blocks flying in this deck. If we draw, ooh, I'm just going for it. Interesting. So block here, block here. This will guarantee they both die. Although, so we kind of just assume they have that +3, also trample. And this, if we block the opposite, they can choose which one to take down. Yeah, let's do it this way. Although they may, well, they could still do it on one of their flyers, sure. But this way, these will definitely trade. Oh, play with fire. Okay. That also interesting. Okay, that's not as bad as I'd hoped. Okay, fight rigging. That is a card. Bristling Rattlewurm. Gotta set up for lethal next turn. Fight rigging. This will put us a 7 power and then get whatever is underneath it. I think that's a little better. There's some possibility we hit like Brotherhood's End too. Okay, well, basically the same stuff. Is there any reason to get Ruby here? Can't really think of any. I'll just get the Rattlewurm. And I think there's just a swing here. Swing and hope they can't kill us here and set up for a Thrillseeker next turn. See what they got. But any combination of spells will probably do it. Okay. Definitely blocking. So that is 3, 3, 3. Go exactly to 0. Ah. Alright, close one. Had the Thrillseeker for next turn, but not quite good enough. Alright. Big power. Red, green. Ooh, okay, up against, looks like the lands deck. Yep. Lead with glimpse into maybe one of these 4-drops. It's dig up. Oh, interesting. Okay. Oh, okay. Naya of some sort. Okay. And looks like Spelunking. Yep. This could just be a race of some sort. In that case, I think we want to drop down the big creature. Let's get it going. And opponent. They are 4 color here. This cleaves 4, yeah. Okay. They got the book. Mascot. Nice. Nothing beats rock. Breeding their own spelunking. Okay. 2 to the face. Get back. 1 land, put a land into play. Sure. Interesting. Ramping themselves something here. Let's see. Okay, returning a land. Okay, interesting. Let's go for the fight rigging. And yeah, get the Hammerskull. Swing, and this should be definitely a lethal attack with the Thrillseeker. Next turn, but let's see what they can do. Got a lot of mana, so. And this has flashback for 5. Alright, that's 6 to that, and then put in 2 more lands, so they're going to go to 18. And I can use the Rattlewurm, yes, to actually get a desert, which is cool. Yep. Okay. Let's do this end of turn. Grab the ping desert. So this will be 7 plus 9. Is this 18 total? Okay. That should be enough to end this. Yep. Get in there for 9 and throw it for 9. Alright, good game. Alright, big power fling on the play. This is a weird hand because of 3 rock veils. Rockfall Vales, but I guess we'll keep. If one of these was, I guess it's going to come into play tapped on the second turn anyways too, so. Oh well. But this is a very odd hand here. So we'll just kind of play out our mana, I guess, and then play out the terror. Yep, comes the Swifty. $17. Okay, there's a fight rigging. Is that worth playing? I could also make like a 3/3 first striker. I could also ramp. Options for sure. I don't hate just playing out the fight rigging here and seeing what the biggest thing is and just kind of making this a 2/2 first striker, because that Can block Manu. And this is a 4/4, so we need to deploy our hand first. Okay, another Kimono. Yep. Oh, okay, hold back. Alright. Blocks here. Okay, land is a good draw. And we just make a giant Goldhound. Thrillseeker. I think we'll just play this terror here. And start pumping it. And just hold back. They're kind of stuck on 2. See if they drew a land or not. Okay, play this slick shot. Get the counter on it. But they don't have any good attacks, which is good. Very good for us. So we should be able to flip this fight rigging now. There's a land. I guess I could use this to take down the Kimono, but let's see. Let me do a little calculation here. Let's just play this 5/5. Play this, and now it's a 6/6. If we play this, it'll be a 7/7. Right, as we'll get a counter here. So we'll pump here, and then put a counter on it to threaten the lethal and attack. So they have to chump with their slick shot, with their... Okay, well, that will be it then. You've chosen death. Alright, good game. Alright, welcome back to the wrap-up. Let's see, overall, we had, I'd say, a little bit above 50% win rate, maybe about 60% of the games. We took down a powerful deck. It, you know, it can have some curve issues because it's so kind of top-heavy on the 3 and 4 here. If you have a hand that has a 2-drop, that's pretty good, a 1 or a 2-drop, you can get some nice curves, but sometimes it's a little clunky here. The flex slots, I would say, after playing the deck, would be kind of the Skullspore Nexus, the Monstrosity, the Brotherhoods, and that's really dependent on how much kind of other aggro you're facing. I think it's pretty good for best of 1 to have this here. Yeah, those are kind of the flex slots. You could play more removal if you feel like you're running into more aggro is an option, but overall a pretty powerful deck. Some really impressive games. You could kind of curve turn 2 Glimpse, turn 3 Anzrag, turn 4 Thrillseeker, pump it, swing for 20. That's pretty cool. Thrillseeker won basically most of the games, just kind of pumping up the power up to 10 sometimes in the air, flinging for 10, and just kind of ending the game immediately. So definitely a powerful effect and a powerful deck. Let me know in the comments what you think about it, any changes, any cards I might have missed. But yeah, definitely recommend it for a fun one on the ladder. All right, hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next video.